Hey folks, Sheila here from Design Files. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can put together branded PDF presentations that you can share with your clients. Now in these presentations, you can include branded headers, you can include your room mockups, your floor plans, you can include a full product list that you can go over with your clients. You have the ability to control exactly what product information is going to show. You can even include shop buttons if you wanted to make these PDFs shoppable interactive documents. And you can actually take it a step further and you can create a detailed PDF presentation that covers a variety of different slides that you might want to present for a larger project. So there's a variety of different ways that you can approach your PDF presentations, but the way that you pull them together is all the same. So let's go ahead, we're going to jump right into this project right here, and I'm going to show you how you can pull together all of your designs and your product list and include that within a branded PDF. Now you can see with this project that I've got 5 different design boards here. So I've got room mockups, I've got floor plans, concept boards, renderings, and if I wanted to pull together a branded PDF so I could share some of these details with my client along with the product list, here's how I'd go about doing that. Over here, I'm going to click the button that has the 3 dots, and the first option within this dropdown gives me the ability to download a client presentation as a PDF. So I'm going to click that. That's going to open up this panel, and this panel is showing me all the designs that I've created, and it's also including the product list and any design rationales that I've included for those designs. So I could actually choose to include everything in the PDF and just go ahead down here and generate my presentation, or I can start to get a little bit more specific. And I'd actually recommend that you do that because sometimes I think it can be overwhelming for your client if you share everything with them all at once. So in this particular PDF, I'm just going to narrow down to this particular room mockup, and I'll include the product list that's associated with that. And I'm also going to include this top-down floor plan. The other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to switch the page orientation from portrait to landscape. And the reason I like the landscape mode is because it gives me a much larger design within the PDF presentation, but you can test out both to see what you prefer. The other thing that you can do here is you can choose to hide the presentation header or keep it. So I'm going to pop over here just so you can see what your presentation header looks like. So this is a PDF that includes the presentation header, which would have your logo and your contact details. And that is basically shown on every single page. So you can choose to keep it, or if you've got a more detailed presentation that you've put together and you've got your logo built into your actual slides, you might want to remove it, and that will give you more space for the overall visual design. So in this case, I'm going to leave the presentation header in. We're going to generate this presentation, and then the system's really just going to pull it all together for me. So here I can see that I've got my logo, I've got my contact details, I've got my first design board here and the total cost for this design, and I can choose to control what product details show. So if I don't want this to show, I can hide it. And then down here, I've got my full product list. And again, I have full control over what product details are going to show here as well. And I'll show you where you would actually control that. But the system will basically pull together your PDF presentation for you that you can then go ahead and download and then share with your client. Now, let's say that let's say a couple of things that I'm going to change here. I am going to include shop buttons because I want this to be interactive, and I don't want, instead of having my floor plan all the way at the end, I would like my floor plan to be just after my room mockup and then the product list to be at the end. So here's how we're going to tailor this. If I wanted my product list to be at the end of my presentation, the easiest way to do that would be to just duplicate the design board where you're actually going to include the product list from. So I'm going to duplicate this design. We'll just let the system set it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this button right here, and I'm going to reorder the designs within the project, and I'm going to pull this one down to the bottom. So it's the last design. So I'll show you why I'm doing this. So let's go ahead and we're going to save this detail first. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to control what product information is going to show within my PDF presentation. So before I create my PDF, I can go down here to my product list that says what client sees, and here I can actually choose what information I want to hide. So a couple things that I could do here. I could actually go ahead and I'm going to bring back all the product details here. So I want the shop buttons to show, but maybe there's other details that I want to hide. So you could actually go into any of these options and you're going to turn the toggles on for any details that you want to remove. So maybe I want to remove the vendor name, for instance, and I want to remove the SKU. There's certain details that you can just hide by turning the toggle on. When you've made all of your selections, then what you can do is, now that you've got that information sorted out, now come to the top of the design board here. You can use this button with where the 3 dots is. Again, you're going to see the option to download the client presentation as a PDF. And this time, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove everything, but I'm going to take the design board from this design. I'm not going to take the product list here. I'm going to grab the top-down floor plan here, and I'm going to use this duplicated design, and I'm going to grab the product list from it. And that means that because I have this duplicated design at the end of my presentation, my 2 design boards, my actual room mock-up and my floor plan, will come one after the other, and then the product list will follow. And then again, I'll take landscape mode, and I'm going to generate the presentation. So we're going to let this load in, and I can see that I've got my design board here. I've got my floor plan directly after it, and then below that I've got my full product list, and I've removed the SKU, I've removed the vendor, and I've included the shop buttons. So I can make sure that I can set up my PDF presentations the way that I want and include the information that I want my client to see. Now, for the other presentation that I created, basically that was a case where I created all my individual slides within the moodboard software. I saved each and every one of them as a design board. And if I wanted to create a PDF presentation that includes all of these, again, I would go into the button with the 3 dots. I'm going to download the client presentation. And in this case, let's say that I'm going to just exclude everything, and I'll pick the specific elements that I want. So in this case, there's only certain design boards that I want to include. So I'm just going to put little I'm just basically going to check the boxes for the ones that I want. And I think I'm going to take these ones, and I'll leave out the remaining ones. So again, I can actually choose my page orientation. I'm going to do landscape. And in this case, I'm going to hide the presentation header because I don't want it to interfere with the rest of my branded slides. So I'm going to turn this toggle on to hide the presentation header, and I'm going to generate my presentation. And then it's going to come together like this. So I've got all my individual slides, and I can go ahead and I can download this document, and I can basically send this out to my client so that they have a full detailed document that they can review, and then we can discuss this at our next face-to-face meeting. So that's essentially how the PDF presentations work. You do get to fully control what information is going to show within the PDF by using this option here within the product list, where you get to turn on the toggles to hide specific product details. You also get to control whether or not you want to have that branded header, or if you want to exclude it from your designs. And by rearranging the order of your design boards within your project, you can actually choose the order for the designs for your PDF presentations. So definitely jump into your DesignFiles account, give this feature a try. We're always open to hearing your thoughts on it. And of course, if you've got any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us on the live chat. We're happy to help.